Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. It's Mike's Talks and Thoughts here. Back again here with the live streams, the Better Call Saul live streams here. Back here with the second one here. We have season six, episode four here, hit and run. And wow, another great episode here for the series. So yeah, um, great to be back on the live here for you guys. And again, this will be archived for you guys on the channel if you miss anything or want to come back to it. Going to be giving my thoughts again on the episodes. Again, for anyone joining, this is going to be another spoiler review. Uh, so yeah, let's get into it. Great episode here, hit and run. So like all my other live streams or Better Call Saul reviews, I have some notes down that I took for the episode here, and let's get into it. So the first clip that we see here, all season long they've been starting out with some very obscure or just really, uh, you know, mind-numbing clips, I guess. Another 10 out of 10. I wouldn't say that, but it's definitely up there. I'll give my review at the very end here, but definitely a thumbs up episode for sure. Um, but yeah, of course, with Better Call Saul, this was another one with the weird teaser intro here. We see these two people riding their bikes, and we don't know who they are. And then eventually, you see them come into a house, and you see it being watched by cameras, and we know that this is Gus's house. So we find, Gus has got surveillance all around his house. And of course, with the whole Lalo storyline, we kind of know why he's a little bit paranoid at this point. So yeah, that's how the episode starts out. But like how the last episode, Rockin' Hard Place, was focused around Gus, Mike, Nacho, and the cartel side, this was in pretty much an entire episode around Jimmy and Kim's side of the story. So I like how they did that. Last episode we had all of the cartel side was pretty much dominating the side of the story. In this episode, we get a lot of Jimmy and Kim side of the story here. So we start here with the big con that we kind of been seeing previewed in teaser trailers throughout the week. We see, Howard's talking with, I believe it's a therapist at this point, and Jimmy and Kim have, of course, this con. Uh, the big con, of course, to ruin Howard's reputation. And Jimmy dresses up as Howard. And, from the last episode, we see how they were able to get the key made so that they could get into Howard's car, or they copied the key. And Jimmy goes to the Crossroads motel, and we see Wendy. We see Wendy from Breaking Bad. She's involved in this, and we see Kim. She's really nervous. You can see she's adjusting her chair and making sure everything's right for when Clifford comes, so that they can get Clifford Main in on this. And yeah, so basically we see Jimmy and Wendy now. Jimmy picks up Wendy in this car, Howard's car, that he steals while Howard's in therapy. And, he's waiting for Kim to kind of give him the signal, make sure Clifford's sat down, make sure that they're talking and they're at the right location. And basically, uh, Jimmy, dressed as Howard, in his car, swerves pretty much right in front of them, and they can see everything that's going on. And Jimmy, dressed or imposed as Howard, pushes Wendy out of the car. So it staged to Clifford that Howard's looking like he's picking up a prostitute or hooker. This is a kind of a callback again to season five, when Jimmy sent the hookers to the restaurant when Howard and Clifford were both there. And again, it's just a big plan here to ruin the reputation of Howard. They're kind of, deluding or making delusional Clifford about Howard, of course, from the first episode with the cocaine. And then we see um, this episode with the hooker, really giving Clifford a very bad image of Howard here. And their plan goes successfully. But at the very end, when Kim is dropping off Wendy here, we see the people following her. This was hinted back at the very end of episode two, when someone was following them. Um, and Wendy gets out and she thinks it's an undercover cop, looking for her because of her business that she's in. But they eventually follow Kim. Kim is really paranoid at this point. And then the next scene we see is Jimmy and Kim talking about the con. How their thoughts are on it. They're really excited that they were able to pull off the con. Their plans coming to fruition here. Um, all the ideas they've had have really hit a home run so far. But Kim really talks about being paranoid here, about the person following her. And one of my favorite quotes from the episode here from Jimmy himself: "The wicked flee while no man pursueth." I just really like that clip. And Kim talks about, "Are we wicked?" Um, just a really great quotable line there from Jimmy. I really like them talking about the con. I think it was really interesting, and you know, seeing both sides of the story. Jimmy's talking to Kim like, "You're just paranoid, no one's following you," but eventually we find out later on what happens with that. So moving in next here, we see Jimmy at the courthouse here. He goes to the courthouse. Everyone's kind of giving him a cold shoulder here. Um, and all the security is giving him a bad time, the other lawyers, the receptionist, everyone's kind of giving him a bad time. And when he talks with one of the lawyers who we usually see a lot, he's a main side character on the show, talking about, Why is everyone hating me?" And you find out that because of the Lalo case, how they all believe that Jimmy, of course, knew about Lalo's fake identity as Jorge de Guzman, and that he got a murderous cartel member out on bail, and they're just all giving him the cold shoulder. But this actually kind of works in favor for Jimmy later on in the episode here. Um, and later on in the episode, when Jimmy's just kind of sitting alone, he gets a ton of calls from his clients who just really want to see him. "You're Salamanca's guy." So all these guys are lining up to, know, have Jimmy as their lawyer because, or as Saul as their lawyer, I should say, because of what he got Lalo out of. They're like, "I want that guy representing me." So that was definitely great. But in between the scenes of Jimmy at the courthouse and eventually when he goes back to his office at the nail salon, we see Kim at a diner with one of her clients, and we see those people again who are watching her. And, Kim here is very, very paranoid, and she's just not having it. So, she tells the guy, "I'm going to go see what's up." And she goes across the street and finds out about these guys, and she's like, "Are you following me?" And she's just straight up blunt about it, and she's like, "I have your plates here, I can call," basically threatening them. And they kind of just back off and they drive away. And uh, you know that was just an intense scene. Kim Roy stands her ground there against these people. We were kind of wondering all episode long whether this was someone from Howard, Gus, even Lalo potentially spying on her. And then we finally get the scene that a lot of people have been waiting for. Two of the biggest characters in the whole show, Mike and Kim, have actually never met. They never met. It's crazy to think we're in the last season and two of the main characters have never met. We have seen Mike, seen Kim before, but this is the first time they actually have a face-to-face encounter. Kim comes back to the diner. This is the following day, and Mike's there and talks with her, and it's just such a great scene. I know a lot of people on Twitter were loving this, including myself. Um, you know, Kim and Mike, two great characters, two strong personalities meet, and Mike kind of informs her without giving away too much that the two guys watching her are not after her; they're to protect her. He lets her know about Lalo. She thinks, of course, that Lalo is dead at this point, and Mike just says that Lalo is alive. These two guys are not going to bother you. They're just watching you, protecting you in case Lalo reaches out to you. I know a lot of people have been commenting here on the live stream, "Where's Lalo?" Dude, we have no clue where Lalo is. This is the second episode where we don't see where Lalo is. I really want to know what's going to be up with Lalo here moving forward. We all thought he was going after Nacho. Of course, that's what I thought, but maybe he was going somewhere else because uh, we already know how Nacho's story wraps up, and he's not back in America as far as we can see. So I really want to know what's going on with Lalo. I think that will be addressed in the next episode. What's kind of going on with Lalo, but yeah, the Mike and Kim scene. Mike talks to Kim and was like, um, basically tells her about the production, and then Kim's like, "Why are you telling me this? Why aren't you telling Jimmy this?" And he's like, "I think you're a little bit more stern than him because he told Jimmy this last time. Jimmy really freaked out about this whole Lalo situation, so he goes to Kim about it, and it's just a great, great scene, And then Kim finally puts together at the end how he used to be the attendant at the courthouse, the ticket guy who used to work the cars for the courthouse. And basically, she asked who are you working for? And he can't reveal that he's working for Gus at this point. She doesn't even know who Gus is, but he just trying to give her a little bit of an assurance here that the people who are following her are actually there to protect her. And that was just easily my favorite scene of the episode. Then next here, we get to see a tour of Gus Fring's house here. The following scene. So after all, the big situation with the con that goes down and the Mike and Kim conversation, we get to see Gus. Gus is just completely paranoid at this point. I feel like he knows that Lalo is alive. You see him, coming in. He has a bulletproof vest on, and he has a gun, an ankle holster with a gun. So Gus is just on his p's and q's, or he's on high alert, basically. And then you get to see a really cool shot of all of Gus's house. You see all these secret passageways. He goes to his laundry room, and then he's got a bookshelf where he moves, and he's got like a secret entrance in case he ever needed to hide. He's got people all around his house. The camera system, like Gus is really protected. You can see why. You know, uh, Gus is just such a badass. Gus has all this protection for him, and it was really cool to see that. And Mike basically talking about how because Mike still isn't 100% sure that Lalo's alive. He's like, "Why are you even like this paranoid? He's been dead for weeks." And then Gus is like, "No, he's alive." And then finally, here the final scene that we see for this episode is the infamous Saul Goodman office. We see Jimmy and Kim looking at the Saul Goodman office. It's an empty lot. Jimmy's looking at buying it, and they kind of talk about the pros and the cons about it. Kim is still trying to decide whether or not she should tell Jimmy about the conversation that she has with Mike, and she ultimately holds off. But I definitely feel like that will be addressed in the next episode. But we get to see the infamous plaza that Saul holds his Breaking Bad office in, and it's really great to see because we know what happens. We know Saul and eventually ends up buying it, but I want to see kind of how the deal goes down, and really great to see here. I think this was just a really solid episode, and I would give this one a 9 out of 10 hit and run, 9 out of 10 here. Um, I think it was a really great Jimmy and Kim episode. It's really kind of hard to follow up that last episode because that episode was so good. People were calling it the best Better Call Saul episode to date, and I think this one did a really good job at that. But we're coming here to the middle of the season here. Coming up pretty soon here. 13 episodes, episode 5 next week. So we're getting closer and closer to the middle of the season. Stuff's really going to get real here soon. I think they're doing a lot of great job building this foundation with both storylines. I really want to know about Lalo. That's like my biggest question for the next episode here. But yeah, 9 out of 10 here. But now I'm going to answer some of these live stream questions here. And then again, for people watching this afterwards, comment down below if you have any thoughts on Better Call Saul this season or just from this episode. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated here. Do you like Jax from SOA? I know this is a little bit off topic, but yes, I do. I definitely agree with you there on that. Yeah, a lot of people pointing out that they love seeing Gus's house. And uh, then he has a clone. Yeah, that was great. I was happy to see Wendy Spooge makes an appearance here, of course, in Breaking Bad. They had a lot of good cameos and callbacks here to Breaking Bad, so I thought that was really, really great. So uh, overall, again, 9 out of 10 episode. I think it was really great, and I'm just really, really excited to see episode 5 and come back here next week. I will be here again, live streaming Better Call Saul episode 5 from season 6. Again, right after the episode airs, like 5-10 minutes afterwards. So right around like 10:05, 10:10. And come join me, give me your thoughts, and talk some Better Call Saul with me. But yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy this video and peace out.